Welcome to another edition of TPG Opinions. I'm Clint Henderson, and today I've got some thoughts on resort fees. Resort fees are one of my huge pet peeves when it comes to travel. I think they're an outrageous money grab from properties and for services that were traditionally included in the room rate, or for amenities that no one uses or cares about. So resort fees began creeping onto hotel bills as early as 1997. The reason they're called resort fees was because it started at resorts in popular tourism destinations where things like water parks were part of the package. Unfortunately, like an aggressive virus, the fees have spread all over the country. Now even destinations like Mexico and Canada, you're starting to see resort fees. They've also been oh so conveniently rebranded with new names. Destination fees, facility fees, amenity fees, urban fees, and now even a sustainability fee. Anti-resort fee activists call it drip pricing, because you get hit at checkout with a drip, drip, drip of additional charges. You even have to pay taxes on the resort fees. So what do all of these fees have in common? They're a way for properties to take more of your hard-earned money, and they can really add up. I've seen resort fees as high as $160.50. That was at the Fisher Island Hotel and Resort in Miami. $51 is not uncommon in Las Vegas anymore. Hawaii sees fees from $15 to $60 per stay per day. You may also have to pay an additional cleaning fee and a service fee on top of that at some properties. The Hilton Waikiki Hawaiian Village is particularly egregious in my opinion at more than $57 per night. In Miami, you'll typically pay anywhere from $15 to $50. Finally, even in Palm Springs, daily fees reach as high as $49. The thing that really chaps my hide about these fees is what you get for them. Among the perks are Wi-Fi, free local phone calls, a discount on activities, use of the gym, towels, lounge chairs, in-room coffee, even water. The thing is, most of these benefits used to be included as a standard part of your stay. But would you pay extra for some of these services if you weren't forced to by the hotel? I certainly wouldn't. It is totally outrageous. It's also potentially illegal. Many countries don't allow hotels to tack on additional fees to your bill. What you see at booking is the rate you'll pay. And there was a federal effort to ban resort fees back in 2019, but that doesn't seem to be going anywhere fast in Congress. Industry lobbying may be to blame for that. The hotel industry loves these fees that pad the bottom line and help them get out of paying some taxes on top of it. But there is hope here for consumers. Similar drip pricing at airlines was eventually curtailed by law back in 2012. Airlines now have to show the full price of the flight thanks to legislation. And consumer advocates like the group Kill Resort Fees have some suggestions if you are wanting to fight back. Number one, you can refuse to pay the resort fee. That will work at some properties and not work at most. Number two, ask your credit card to remove the additional charges that you did not authorize. Finally, email or call your state's attorney general. Complain. They can sometimes get your money back or even make your story part of a case against the hotels in court. Now, I would personally love to see resort fees made completely illegal, but barring that, hotels should at least be forced to include the fees in all booking platforms and at online travel agencies at the time of booking. In the meantime, I suggest protesting with denying your business to hotels that charge these frustrating fees. For me, I'm trying to avoid properties that have high fees. I'm Clint Henderson. This has been another episode of TPG Opinions. Do not forget to subscribe.